right. Alright, so welcome to the Lost Ones Conservatory. This is my YouTube channel. I'm going to look for some, well, we're just going to scout the area out. This is the my new research area. Last time I did a live video on Facebook, I was a different area, but other side of this chunk of land. Get in here a little bit. So, this area, again, has had Bigfoot sightings in the 80s and 70s with tracks casted. Now, I'm trying to get back into this area a lot further. I got some game trail right here. I don't know if you guys can see it well. It's running through here. And we got this creek right here. This is an excellent spot for Sasquatches to move around undetected, especially, you know, during the day when people are hunting and stuff. It masks their, you know, footprints and stuff, but also sound. You gotta remember, Sasquatches, they move super slow, but they can move fast. But when they're not making noise, they're creeping around, you know. And that's how they're able to get so close to people. Here we got some old deer or rabbit feces right here on this little game trail that follows this creek. And again, this is a really good spot for hunting, because on this ridge and stuff, all these small games like to come and eat and cross the river at certain points, like these little logs. So we're gonna go until my battery runs out, which is long before the sun goes down. So it's kind of nice I was able to come out here after work. We're just gonna follow this creek in, and we're gonna see where it meets this other creek that runs parallel to it. Then we'll try to find some stuff. I know I'm probably moving really fast for the screen, but I kind of want to get into this actual area a little bit more. You know, here in Lower Michigan, there's a lot of people in houses, and for Sasquatch to survive, they have to, hide all the time during the day and move around at nighttime. So there's a little bridge, for people to walk across on here on public land. And of course, the animals and stuff use it. The deer. So, I don't think this is the creek I'm looking for. Yeah, across here on this old... And this is, all swamp out back here with some woods and some good ground on the sides, but going into the swamp. And it looks like the deepest area where I think they kind of hang out, especially when people come in. Not many people are going to go into the middle of the swamp unless you're a hunter, all geared up for it. But again, Sasquatch will be able to hear you a mile away, as the saying goes, and move out of the area before you even get there. Yeah, it's getting pretty muddy. So we got different game trails right here going that way, and this one that we're following going this way. Now, another thing I found out about this land that I'm exploring is definitely quite a few ghost stories and strange events happening. So at nighttime, this place gets pretty weird, I hear. So right here, all this area right here, it's a trailhead for 1, 2, 3 different trails animals take. Small game and definitely deer. So we're gonna go take the middle one. Sneak our way through this little narrow stuff. See, so right here, I'm not saying it's big for anything, but these little spots where deer have to kind of get into and jump is a good area for Sasquatch to kind of hang out and ambush. While the deer's, watching where it's walking, stepping over, ducking under stuff. It's really thick up in here. As summer gets going, this whole place is definitely going to be a lot different, more dense. You won't be able to see some of those trees like there. It's going to be all too green. Then it's really easy for the Sasquatch to get up onto animals and people. Right now it's pretty open, you know, I can see and be confident that I could feel confident that, you know, be able to detect one coming, but, you know, during the summer, so it is totally different. You can't look up into the trees or into the bushes as well. Right now I'm just following the game trails. Follow the game trails, look for areas that look nice. Looking for footprints on the, you know, muddy banks of the shore. Also these mud pits that I'm going into. So I'm gonna go backtrack and go this way on this trail. All this would be swamp and water during summer. Different parts of the year, the swamp, you know, water levels rising lower and mud freezes, water freezes, you're able to cross a lot easier. And as summer gets going, spring heats up, it gets to be muck up to your knees in some places, and actually well over your head. You know, quite dangerous. You don't want to get stuck. Stuck up in here. Cross up in here. So yeah, it's a pretty nice place. Be coming out here more this summer, all year long. Do some camping. Do night investigations. I'm practically able to come here every day. So just taking everything in. I'm not paying attention enough to talking stuff. I'm looking at stuff, looking at these trails and different things. Here's a nice little spot. On the trail, this game trail of mine. It opens up right here. It's where animals cross. So at nighttime. So you have Sasquatch on that bank chasing deer, pursuing them off right there. come in through here, going on the trail we just went through, all these thickets, ambush site. So it's just this little, area. Here's a nice little open area. With you see the animals that cross or get off right here. Smaller game, and even coyotes cross logs, because I have found coyote tracks crossing logs on rivers and creeks before. So these spots on these rivers is definitely a good area to hide and hunt. Small game, whatever else is going to cross that. So again, if it was a lot bigger and stuff, it'd be a great bridge for me to cross too, safely and a lot easier. Otherwise, you get wet and cross it. So we're gonna keep going. My battery's wasn't fully charged today, so looks like we'll probably go another 20 minutes maybe, and then I'll be without the phone. But I'm gonna keep a little bit of batteries to take some pictures, and in case I gotta make some phone calls or something. So basically, as you can see, this is a marshy grassland, so a lot of deer tracks and feces. And I know for a fact, personally, I have witnessed here in Lower Michigan a stampede of whitetail. And when I started counting, it was well over 150, and they were just going across the landscape, and it was pretty amazing. So this type of environment, this grass environment, you can see this trail that we were going on splits. That's the way we're probably going to go. This way goes into the grass as we get in here for a little bit. This right here is an excellent ambush site, because the way you look at the grass, everything blends in, and until you see actual movement, you don't really see it. So we're not going to go that way, but this grassland would be flooded and stuff during the summer. But again, nighttime, or even during daytime like right now, Sasquatch be sitting out just 50 feet, 30 feet. I can see about 40 feet, but if it's laying down, I can't see it. Wait for the animal to cross, run out, jump, get it. Day or night. It's nighttime, they see, it's clearly obvious that their night vision is well beyond humans. So they hunt at night, they ambush at night, and they sit and wait at night during the day. That's all they do. These creatures probably have the best patience out of anyone in the whole earth. So here we have a deer stand someone put up. Again, this is public area, which does not dismiss the fact, or you should not dismiss it as being public area with hunting stands and people going hunting as not viable for Sasquatch to thrive. Because, again, Sasquatch have adapted to live in the wild for hundreds of thousands of years, right? They have, again, they are the most patient animal probably in the whole world. And all they do is sit and watch, and they creep up slowly, when they want to. Then if they... So, anyways, that's a nice stand. I gotta remember it, so during hunting season, not come through here that way. Be on the other side of the creek. That side of the creek. But with hunting season over with, it's not a problem. Now it's squatching season full time. So again, all this is just marsh, wetland. And at nighttime, no one's coming out here. Unless, you're squatching. Or looking for ghosts or something. And apparently, there's a lot of sightings of that. Oh, here's another stream. As this summer goes, this will get a lot bigger. It floods that whole area. Gets going pretty good. So here's another little grassy marsh swamp area. Here's a ridge separates the two. This marsh, then you have this ridge. The marsh again. This ridge is really good because again, there's a game trail. It splits off, goes that way. Great for hunting, ambushing. So we're gonna keep going around this way. And the way I personally believe Sasquatch live here in Lower Michigan, especially, it's kind of in three parts: Lower Michigan, Northern Michigan, and then the UP. Those different zones in Michigan have different habitats. Besides the UP and the Northern Michigan are dense with forest, but the UP is just a step beyond. So in Lower Michigan, there's a lot of farms, and in the country and stuff, you have houses, you have roads that you split it up in squares, but the houses are all alongside the road, and in the middle is blocks of woodland forest. So, Sasquatch, I believe, migrate from country block to country block to country block, day by day, or however long they do it, finding and knowing the best places that they would hide and be at different times of the year, or they know where a little old lady lives that doesn't go out in her woods that she owns. They know that it's a good spot because they don't have much activity there. So here we have another hunting blind. Again, it's old corner of rag, but you can see someone sitting there on the trail. Which is alright. So, during the summer, I'm going to go deep in the woods, swamps, Here in Lower Michigan, I can't really say deep woods or anything, but we have swamps and, again, these chunks of private property that I do have permission to go on. And also we have some public lands, a lot, that feeds into the chunks in the middle. These lands that make up the country block inside the middle. It's all the woods and swamps. So the outside of that are the roads, and the people live on the roads. So I don't find much activity. So I cut up in here a little bit into the thicket and get a little bit more dry. Still following the creek. Going to be getting some better equipment here soon. Be able to take a much better quality video. I mean, obviously this is on my phone. It's not probably the best. Not the most stable, but I do this all the time, but you know, for years. But I never made a YouTube or got live or anything. I just would have my own encounters and keep to myself while like going on to different groups on Facebook and hearing other people's stories and being a part of the community, you know. But I can confidently say that, oh man, I have encounters since, 2004, 2006. Alright, so anyways, I think I'm gonna need to keep going this way. Here's a tree stand that fell over, it looks like, and abandoned. Because that happens all the time, you know. You're supposed to put them up and take them down when you're hunting, or leave them out for a certain amount of time. But this particular area is really country folk, and looks like this one probably got, yeah, this one's been here for a while. I mean, if that's the tree that was on, that's been dead for a while, and looks like a tree that person shouldn't even put that stand on. There's two stands, yeah. We had dump site or whatever it is. Alright, here we got this another grassy marshland. As we get out of the thicket, this is some good spots to find some tracks and stuff, but the ground is kind of a little frozen in this swamp still because it holds more water, so it's still kind of frozen. And here in 2 months, this little spot type of terrain is going to be all flooded. It's going to be sometimes going to get up to your knees. There's another little spot with deer tracks, but just seeing deer tracks. Alright. Yeah, my phone's definitely not going to make it when we get to the thicker part of the woods right there. Some higher and drier ground, but that's alright. I kind of did this. I was able to do this today. It was kind of sudden and kind of a test run again. So this is going to be my new place. I can pretty much go out every day, and if I got the time, depending on how tired I am at work and stuff. But yeah, this place has had sightings and casts made in the 80s stuff, and probably late 70s, early 80s, but also ghost sightings and a lot of weird stuff apparently, which is pretty neat. So come here during nighttime when I got better equipment and be filming. But now we're gonna follow this grassy area. It's actually a creek during summer. This is gonna be a nice little flowing creek. But since it's been winter and all that, it's dried down. And you can see where the animals and stuff have been walking. So this is probably a really good spot to find some tracks. Probably won't find tracks unless I actually get mud because of this grass. I'm gonna get all wet, which is fine. So I can tell you, I'm sinking down pretty good up to my ankles. So in summer, this particular area is going to be up to my knee.